Hey everyone, King Size Customs here today with a single car review. It is a new for 2017, so I've had this for a little bit. Racing Champions Mint 1965 Ford F100 pickup. I've done a little bit of research. Also have a tape measure here for when we go to measure that out. Good size truck. This is the long bed version. I believe this is the US version, and I have a bunch of notes here because I did do some research on this truck. I want to kind of give more of a detailed idea. I did research trying to figure out how well scaled it was, since that's going to be a bit of a staple of my channel when I do these. There's some information about Racing Champions Mint when they started in 1996. This is the other 6 vehicles in Release 2. This says Release 2, so... And there's our 1953 F100, but that's not the one we're looking for. Had the Etzel, the Studebaker, Commander, Buick Grand National. This is the one that I believe... Yeah, this is the one we're looking at, because if you look at number 5, that's our 65 F100 pickup. I do have the Crown Victoria. I'll have to go find that for you. I'll do more research on that. So I'm going to crack this open and then give you a bit of a detailed look at it while I also list off some facts that I had found. So, all right, guys. So this is our Ford F100 for 65. White interior, which right off the bat I don't like because this is a working truck. There's no way that white carpet would have survived. But now I'm just being picky as far as diecast go. We have a little insignia here. Believe that says Ford. We even have Ford written on the engine hood. Well, not the engine hood itself, but the underneath. Great grille detail, a license plate that once it focuses, and part of this is me, part of it is the camera. F11, green plate, white lettering. Turn signals are beautifully done. This is all painted detail. Real rubber tires with tread. I'm not sure how scale accurate they are. We have a detailed engine, and right away that looks like the V8 for this truck. We got Ford on the tailgate in the classic scheme. So, the classic Ford, how it was done back in the day with the letters. And they still do that on... I want to say they stopped doing that clear up until about 2005, I want to say. But some of you guys would be better at knowing that. White bench seat, white steering column. The only thing is I don't see a gear shift on this truck, which is a little disappointing because they usually do put on gear shifts. Maybe it's because it's white and I can't see it, but yeah, I don't see any shift levers. But again, 1/64 scale truck. Now I want to give you some facts and figures about the real truck itself. So, this truck had been built in a lot of different places, and the other thing is it's also known as the Mercury M Series. The wheelbase that we're looking at is the 128-inch wheelbase, because that's the long bed truck. Here's all the places it was assembled. Calcutan, Mexico. I have a little bit more on that. It was also assembled in Dearborn, Michigan, Edison, New Jersey, which actually isn't that far from me. Kansas City, Missouri. Long Beach, California. Norfolk, Virginia. St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Louis, Missouri. General Pacheco, Argentina. Harperville, Georgia. Louisville, Kentucky. San Jose, California. Wayne, Michigan. Loan, Oregon. Oakville, Ontario, Canada, and that was probably where it was called the Mercury M Series. Salisbury, Rhodesia, which I believe is in which I believe would be considered somewhere around the Asian continent. Correct me if I'm wrong. I never heard of that country before. It came in a 2-door or a 4-door crew cab, which I bet looked really cool. The crew cab came in front engine, rear wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. This, of course, is the front engine rear wheel drive. You had several different motor options for different iterations of the truck. You had a 3.7 liter inline 6 or straight 6 as they refer to it, and that was the mileage package. That was kind of your more not eco-friendly but gas mileage friendly. You had a 4.8 Y-block V8. You had the famous 4.7 liter Windsor V8, which I hear a lot of people talk about. That one was actually in the Mexico model. In this version for the US, you had the 3.9 liter straight 6 or the 4.9 liter straight 6, or what this truck most likely has, if I could see the engine block a little bit better, a 5.8 liter V8. So, pretty cool. Now, what happened in Mexico was in about the 64 to 65 year of the truck, 1964 to 65, Mexico had loosened up regulations to let foreign companies such as Ford come in and build trucks for them. So this actually would have been a Mexican, well, this version wouldn't have been, but you would have seen in Mexico the 1964 and 1965 versions of this truck. Now, one thing I'm going to do is pause the camera, get my handy dandy tape. My handy dandy tape measure here. I'm going to measure this truck and tell you if it's scale accurate or not. I've calculated the dimensions that would make this truck lengthwise scale accurate. So our wheelbase for a long bed is, and I have it written down, thank goodness, 128 inches. You divide that by 64, that'll give you 2 inches exactly. So there's our wheels, and comes up a little bit short. Not exactly 2 inches, but then again, this should break out the calipers. I'd say that's close enough. You know, it's a Johnny or Racing Champions Mint. They also make Johnny Lightning, and they also do Auto World, which will be cool to see them do truck in Auto World. I'm sure you guys know by now they made an announcement about a pretty famous truck coming out. I'll have to pick one up if I find it. I haven't been finding a lot of Auto World recently, but I did find what I want recently. I love their Cadillacs. So that's the truck. I'm pretty sure this is the American truck, so it has the 4.9 liter V8. Let me make sure I have that. No, 5.8 liter V8. 4.7 Windsor is the Mexico version. Now, I am going to score this truck. I'll give this I'll give this a 10 out of 10. Because rubber tires, metal base, not really a too heavy truck. Opening hood, detail really well done. Let's see if we can actually get in and see that engine. Yeah, that's a V8. Detail's really well done. I'm being a little too nitpicky with the interior, because a lot of diecast brands do that. I mean, M2 is one of the few that it has a different color floor if it has a white interior, and the dash wouldn't be white. I mean, even your windshield wiper blades are done in silver. I gotta let the camera focus, and I gotta stop shaking, but So I give this truck about a 10 out of 10. Come on, camera. I'm using an iPhone 8 Plus, so I realize sometimes this falls out of focus. I want to give you a nice picture here. Oh, there we go. So I give this truck a 10 out of 10. It's also the contractor special, which is really cool. Not sure if you guys can see it because my lighting's not awesome, but there is a little toolbox right there. So, things coming down the pike. I have a M2 model kit video. I just need to edit that all together, and that'll be coming. Another truck and talk Thursday coming down the pike. And more of these single car reviews. I'll try to get information like I did today with the Ford truck. But I know JG24 Diecast was the one who kind of inspired me to start measuring my cars. Sorry. Like I said, I am a scale snob, so I want to measure my cars and see how accurate they are. So on that note, I'll see you guys later. You know what to do. Comment, like. If you're new, subscribe. I do a lot of stuff like that. There's also a new to my channel, watch this playlist on my YouTube channel. I'm also going to grab some photos for Instagram if you guys want to find me on there. It's the same as the channel name. It's king size _ customs. So, alright guys, later.